And breaking tonight, the clock says just after midnight, the shutdown has begun. Democrats refusing to back a Republican plan to fund the government before the midnight deadline. Leaders on the right say it is all political theater.
It is officially midnight here on the East Coast, and the Republicans and Democrats did not come together on a deal, which means the government is officially closed down. Now, Republicans are saying that it's the Democrats' fault. The Democrats are saying it's Donald Trump's fault. But here's how it actually affects you. Over 750,000 federal workers are going to be put on leave starting tomorrow. They will not be able to come into work. And some of those, a large majority of them, may end up getting fired by Donald Trump. Now, somebody that will not go without being paid is ICE. They are not being paid on this government spending bill. They are funneled by something else, which means all of the ICE employees and ICE agents will continue to be paid. A big thing will be air traffic controllers. Some of them, for the first few weeks, will still be getting paid, but then they might be told that they need to come in and work without getting paid until the shutdown is over, and some of them may just stop coming in, which means a lot of flights will get delayed or not take off at all. National parks will be closed, so if you're going to go visit a national park, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Social Security and Medicaid will still have those checks go out, but passport operations and federal judges may end up slowing down or not be showing up to work. The last time this happened, it lasted for 35 days during Donald Trump's first term, and we hope it doesn't last this long this time because every day that the government continues to be on shutdown makes it harder and harder for millions of Americans.
So let's take a look now at Capitol Hill, where the government has shut down for the first time in nearly 7 years. At midnight, the government ran out of money. Both sides are blaming the other, while millions of federal workers brace for what is a very uncertain future.
The U.S. government has officially shut down. Here is exactly what that means for you. As of midnight, Congress failed to pass a funding bill, and the federal government has now entered a shutdown. Now, essential services will continue. Social Security checks will still go out. Medicare and Medicaid remain in place. The military, Border Patrol, law enforcement, and air traffic controllers will keep working. But here's the catch. Most of those workers won't be paid until the shutdown ends. The bigger impact is on federal agencies. The Department of Health and Human Services is furloughing more than 40% of its staff. At the CDC, nearly 2/3 of workers are being sidelined. And at the National Institutes of Health, it's close to 75%. The FAA will furlough about 11,000 employees. Flights will keep running, but training and safety checks slow down. National parks may technically stay open by using visitor fees, but without staff or rangers, most will be inaccessible or unsafe. Now, here's what's unusual this time. The White House told agencies to prepare not just for furloughs, but for permanent layoffs and reductions in force. Even the Department of Housing and Urban Development put a banner on its website blaming the, quote, radical left for the shutdown, something experts are calling an unprecedented use of official government sites for political messaging. So why is this even happening? Well, the fight is over healthcare subsidies, Medicaid, and broader social spending. The House pushed a short-term funding extension, but the Senate rejected it, and neither side is backing down. Until Congress and the president reach an agreement, the shutdown will continue. Every day it lasts, hundreds of thousands of federal employees go without pay, scientific research is delayed, permits and projects are frozen, and the economy takes a bigger hit. For context, the last time that this happened, that the government shut down, was in December 2018. It lasted for 35 days, which was the longest in U.S. history. This is the first shutdown since then, and experts say it could be just as costly. The big question now isn't just how long will this last, but whether some programs and agencies could face permanent cuts once the dust.
This is the first government shutdown in almost 7 years. Senate Republicans and Democrats rejected proposals yesterday that would have kept the government going, with the last tally of 55-45 falling short of the 60 votes needed to fund the government. The shutdown now means hundreds of thousands of federal workers could be furloughed or laid off. In a statement, the White House's Office of Management and Budget said affected agencies should now execute their plans for an orderly shutdown. Roughly 750,000 federal workers are expected to be furloughed, and the Trump administration could fire some of them. Essential services, including the military and air traffic control, will continue to work without pay. Their checks will be delayed. The U.S. Postal Service, banks, courts, and federal law enforcement agencies will also stay open. Programs such as Medicare, Social Security, and Medicaid will continue, and VA hospitals and clinics will keep their doors open. But again, these employees will work without pay. And as you can imagine, that can affect morale. So according to the Bipartisan Policy Center, since 1980, there have been 14 full government shutdowns. And this is the third federal funding lapse that President Trump has presided over. It's his first since his return to the White House. But of course, this is coming amid a new month, and people have bills to pay.
The United States government has officially shut down, so let's talk about what that means for you. The federal government has failed to pass a funding bill, which has now led us to a shutdown. During this shutdown, Social Security checks will still go out and Medicare will still be provided to everyone that's still on it. Police officers and law enforcement in the military will still be working, and air traffic patrol. And also Border Patrol will still be working. But here's the catch. None of those workers are most likely going to be getting paid until the shutdown ends. So imagine going to work every day and you're not getting paid.